it means passion, and that was a big reason why I came here. And having known a lot of Australians in the past have come here and been treated as their own, I think it's very rare that you get welcomed so easily. And I could see when I arrived here in Kolkata day one, the love I had was pure. It was a lot of care, and something when you're a part of something and you feel special, you feel valued. Everything just flows, and you can see the togetherness of us this year, the success we've had. It's not by chance. We work on these things, and to have success, I don't think it's about the accomplishments. It's about what happens behind closed doors, and a lot of those things happen at training, our interaction with the fans, whether we go out to restaurants or to the malls. Everyone's so friendly, and when we go out on, like tonight, we're going to go out there and give everything for those people that give us the love back, and there's no better job in the world.
Look, I think it's an amazing feeling to be here. From day one, the reception, it was amazing from the fans, from the club. We're like one big family, and this is what I love about Mohambagan. And I hope it continues this way. I'm sure it will. And yeah, every time you put on the jersey, it's a proud moment for yourself to go out and perform and just do your best out there.
We saw yesterday that the club celebrated the fans. There were players on stage, the coach was on stage. When you're performing, and a number of people out here must be Mohambagan fans, what do these fans mean for you?
Yesterday I had the pleasure of meeting those fans that unfortunately had those circumstances. And look, I haven't had an experience of an atmosphere since I played against Argentina at the World Cup. The atmosphere that we have at the Salt Lake is electric. You don't need motivation to play in front of these fans. The motivation is already there, the expectations is already there, and you're just going to go out there and you look around and you see 65,000 people cheering you on. As a player, there is no greater feeling, and I think tonight we're hopefully going to see the same number of crowd, and we'll be giving everything, and for them, just cheer us on, and we'll always give back. We like to think that our home form has been very good, and tonight will be no different. And it's all or nothing for us tonight, and we really want to go for it and get this club into another final, which they deserve.
You and the fans, the connect that they have with you, what do they mean for you? You have been appropriated as an Indian almost. What do your fans, the Mohambagan Supergiant fans, mean to you?
Look, I think they're incredible. Personally, they give me a boost when I'm out there on the pitch. Full of energy, the whole stadium, and I believe it happens for all the players on the field, even the ones that are going to come onto the field. The energy that they create in the stadium is just incredible. I believe he's up there with one of the best in the world, and it's just an amazing feeling to be playing every week in front of these fans and give them joy.
I think leadership is nothing to do with the accomplishments, the trophies. It's a lot to do with how you handle situations, how you can handle pressure, but also how you can inspire other people around you. And that's where the captaincy is, and I've been a captain at previous Dimmies, had the honour of captaining Mohambagan in games. It's bigger than yourself, and the added pressure isn't there. It's more about how can you inspire other people around you to be better, because if they are better, then you instantly will be better. So yeah, it's not about the accomplishments, the trophies, the awards. Leadership's bigger than that, and it's more powerful. And when people around you can see that, it becomes infectious, and there's no reason and there's no surprise that we have had that. And we've had many captains this year, many inspiring moments, and there's a big reason why we won the Shield. I don't think there's many teams around that can handle the expectations of Mohambagan and the fans and whatnot. And yeah, there's no greater feeling than knowing that you've got guys around you that stand side by side that will share that load with you.
Tell me one. You said you inspired Jamie McCarthy. Tell me one.
I don't want to make my friend to the right blush, but when we needed a goal, I looked at him and I said, this is going to be your night, because he's had a tough season, but when you show leadership is when you can do the things behind closed doors, you work on the extras, he stays behind, he works on his shooting, and that one shot that he needed was the one shot that gave us that trophy. And when the final whistle went, I was the first person to run over to him and hugged him and said, this is your moment, this is our moment. and it's a moment we'll share for the rest of our lives and something very special.
Beautiful story. Let me on, recreate it for me. What did that goal mean to you?
Look, it meant a lot to me. It was a great moment, but I just want to elaborate on what Jamie just said. I think is very special for me what he just said. You've asked him about what was his greatest moment this year, and he mentioned that. And I believe that is the reason why we're on top of the table, because it's not just Jamie saying this. This is the environment of the team, of the players. We're all out there as brothers, and you know, this is something really nice to hear. And it happened fast, but it was also, I don't know, I think I was just in the moment. I felt the energy from the fans as I was about to come on. You know, Jamie and the other guys had done most of the running, most of the game, so they tired them out. I came on fresh, and yeah, it was just an amazing feeling, and lucky there's videos of it because it happened so quick, and yeah, it was amazing.
Those moments.
I believe you do have a natural ego, but that's just self-confidence, and I don't think Mohun Bagan will sign players based on their ego, because if that was the case, there wouldn't be this much success. I think you leave your ego at the door. We left ours at the airport back in Melbourne, and when you come here, it's you know you're playing with the best players that India have produced. So we are coming into a country that, one, have welcomed us, but also we're playing with the best Indian players. So we have no right to come here and expect, a bit similar to maybe how the cricketers come here and the foreign players come and play in the IPL. Very similar. We come here, we want to show our qualities, but also there is no ego from us. And that's one thing as being biased Aussie, that Australians do not have any egos.
Dipendu or anyone who comes into that dressing room learns from the best, whether it is from Alberto Rodriguez or Jamie McLaren or Dimi Petratos. How have you seen Indian football, Dimi? And over the couple of years that you've been part of, 3 years, 4 years, have you seen progress, evolution, and what role do you want to play there in making a difference to Indian football as a leader?
Look, of course there's been a difference. Every day we are training together. The older players are helping the younger players, which is very important to gain the experience, the focus, and the belief in the game for the young Indian players to come through, and they have done an amazing job. Of course, I think the team has a great understanding of, it's not I hope I score, or I hope this guy scores, or something happens that is the headlines of one person. It's a team sport, and this is one big thing that we understand, and the reason why we've had so much success.
Sell India's premier brand, because the football is at its highest quality. So sport remains central to this whole story. And in that sense, the derby is what it is. When you score in a derby, or Jamie scores in a derby, whether it's a Manchester derby, whether it's India, Pakistan, whether it's Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, when you are out there, how do you deal with the pressure of the derby? Because 1 million people will come and say, doesn't matter if you lose to any other club, score against East Bengal. What does a derby mean to you, and scoring in a derby mean to you as a player? And how do you deal with that pressure?
Look, it's a great feeling to score a derby, but the pressure part of the game, I think you develop this from experience. You know, you to a fan, maybe they might not understand because it's like a very big game, but as a player, you have to just go out there like it's another game. You've trained all week, all year for a certain game, of course, and go out there and just do what you do every week. You know, and just keep calm. Aramsi.
Aramsi. Australia A-League 100 plus goals, many such matches. Where does Mohun Bagan East Bengal figure in Jamie McLaren's career? How important is this match and scoring against East Bengal?
Well, from a club point of view, it sits right at the top, and I had the luxury, the honour to play in my first one, and after 30 odd minutes I had a goal, so that was pretty special, and I think those moments are ones that you'll never take for granted because you don't know how often derbies are going to come around. And you know, the second derby we had to play, I had to fly to Guwahati to play against East Bengal and managed to get a goal in that game as well. And I know that when I was celebrating, although there might not have been so many people in the crowd, I know that 1 hour away in Kolkata, there would have been thousands of fans celebrating and having a great night. So sport brings everyone together, and other than international football, I haven't played in a bigger stadium than the Salt Lake on a consistent basis. And I think it's another lure why players want to come and join this club. Not only the success, the passion, the way the fans treat you, the way you're welcomed, our dressing room, it ticks all the boxes. And there's no reason why more players won't join this football club and wanted to continue the success, because like Dimmy said, when you put on that crest, it feels heavy, but it's a good heavy. Yeah, it is. And the people that I'm sure in this room, you have parents, you have siblings that have driven you to chase your dreams. And for me, my parents were originally just going to come watch me lift the trophy against Goa, but I said to them, come to the Mumbai game because I'll score there as well. And I managed to get a goal against Mumbai, and the following week against Goa, I wasn't selected because I had too many yellow cards. But still, my family got to see and witness this beautiful city, see how passionate they were. My dad felt like a superstar in this city, so it was an amazing feeling. They got to really witness how much Kolkata loves football, and yeah, it's a special place, and this is home now for me. So they were able to witness, and hopefully more of my family will come and witness it, because it's once in a lifetime chance to see 65,000 people cheering you on and cheering your name, because yeah, it's very special.
I know you.
Yeah, along with some Heinekens and some Kingfishers. Yeah, he was enjoying the food. Look, our chefs made some vindaloo and stuff like this. He does like Indian food, and they had an amazing time here.
Good. Getting trolled, getting criticism, part of leadership. Tough. How do you deal with it?
Look, it's a part of developing as a person, I think, how to deal with things like this. But look, in the end, you just have to focus on what you are doing, go out there and give your best every week. It doesn't always plan out, but as long as you keep going and never give up, things eventually will get better and better. So my thing is, like, when things are going good, enjoy it. It won't last forever. If things are going bad, it also will not last forever. So just keep pushing through it all, and just go out and give your best.
Yeah, I think if we could get across to a full stadium of fans, we would. But it's after matches, it's so impossible to try and see every fan. And one thing I will say is, us as a group, we always try and give our time, our effort to the fans that come to training. It's not every day you get to see the same fans coming and showing passion and showing confidence in us and giving us well wishes. And it might take 30 seconds of our day, but we've made their whole year. And I think something, as you get older and you start to realise you're actually having an impact on a younger generation and inspiring maybe young footballers, young Indian footballers will always remember the time they had a chance to meet Dimitrios Petralos, So I always think that, you always got to give the time. It's always hard to get across to everybody, but there's been games where I've been able to hand my East Bengal boots from the match scoring game, and I know how much that means to people. And for me, it's just a pair of boots that might have some holes in them, but for them, they might put them up in a frame and make them very special because it was a special night. So yeah, we're just humble on the way to success, and we want to say thank you to our fans for always believing in us, and as many as we can get across to take photos and selfies and give signatures, we will do that.
Look, we've been doing it for many years. It's something that we enjoy and love. The training is a guide to our success on the field. Many hours of training and trying different things that will possibly happen in the game. And when it comes to the game, you just have to keep your cool and just be like, I've been in this situation many times throughout the week, throughout the whole season, and just take your chances.
I think I'm speaking on probably maybe majority of behalf of the people inside this room. one, you have to believe in yourself and take risks, because without risk there's no reward. And I think that many times I will miss, and like we've talked about before, you just have to keep on getting on that bus, and that's something I've had from since I was a young kid, is always take that risk, because you don't want to have that what if moment, and that's something that, you know, when we stay back after training and work on our finishing, it's for those split second moments that can be defining between winning and losing. And yeah, I've been across a lot of moments like that, but yeah, I've always said, you know, when you finish training, just never be satisfied with just what the coach is putting out. Make sure you stay back and do extras, and I've stuck by that quote my entire career, and it's worked out quite well. And yeah, I've over 200 goals in my career, and I want to reach 300. So that's the aim. That's my. It might be far-fetched, but I have to believe that I want to get there. You know, if I was to put it down to one moment, was the final whistle when we won the Shield. You know, I spoke to management, Vinay over there. I said, when you sign me, you won't regret it, because I'm coming here for the collective success. I'm not coming here for individual accolades. I know the fans are always saying, you know, golden boot, but in fact, the ISL golden boot, he's already on holiday. You know, so and that's no disrespect to Jare from Northeast, fantastic footballer, great striker, but they just didn't have the collective team to go all the way. And that's something that, as a collective, we will improve on this season. It was a hell of a season, but we're still in it for another trophy, and we'll keep pushing. And I've always said I wanted to just add. It was already a great team, fantastic management, fantastic club. I just wanted to add to it, and I hope I have impressed the fans enough to know that I've been given everything. And yeah, I look forward to tonight.
It's the same answer. That game.
Night, when you scored that goal,
Yes.
I thought you could have beaten any hurdler, and the way you jumped over and won an Olympic medal when you went to the gallery.
The goal was very special, but it was very similar to what Jamie has just said, that once the whistle went, the first person I turned to and that was there in front of me and hugged me was Jamie, and I've known Jamie for over 15 years, and this was our first trophy that we've won together. So this was a very special moment. We've been in a lot of finals together in the past, and we've just come short. And what a moment that was, that it ended up happening, and we got to pick up that shield in front of all the fans. It was an amazing feeling.
You guys sit down. So need Shashwat Goenka inside.